Senator Dr. Chris Ngige. Can we give him a huge round of applause? He has been supporting NMA. Of course, he is NMA too, in all ways, financially and otherwise. Tonight will not be different, because His great God has not changed. Remained the same yesterday, today, and forever. You must my phone, sir.
Mr. President of the Nigerian Medical Association and his amiable wife, Mr. President Mike Ogirima, Professor of Orthopedic and Trauma Surgery, Chairman of the occasion, Your Royal Highness, our own, Dr. Alilu Yahya, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Alero, former governor and former Minister of Federal Capital Territory, distinguished Senator and Chairman of the Senate Committee on Health, our own Dr. I've forgotten the surname now, but a crown prince of Abeokuta is here with us. Past presidents of NMA and present officers of the Ogiriwa cabinet, my distinguished brothers and distinguished colleagues, I want to respectfully join the existing protocol that has been laid here. I want to welcome all of you to Abuja, and I want to say that I'm very happy to see a lot of faces that I've not seen in a very long time. Some of them are those we played NMA politics with, and they're all here. The main business of today is for us to inaugurate the NMA Executive Council, the new Executive Council that is led by Professor Ogirima. And this council, while campaigning, have the name of bridge builders, so to say. I'm one of those who believe that we will never give up or lose hope in the midst of tribulation or when things get hard or tough. Because I've known and I've seen it happen that when the things get tough, it's also the tough that keeps going. Ours is a very noble profession. Medicine is a very noble profession, and a profession that is very old too. Our profession is such that people are trained and trained in such a way that they use their hands to employ themselves. they might not need any other aid to start practicing the trade. So it's the trade that you don't need too much capital to go into. God gave us all the equipment we need for our diagnosis in our own body, from the hand to the eye to the ear and to our brain. A medical doctor can diagnose the ailment of a patient with the patient just walking into his clinic. He does an observation of the patient, then does his inspection, does his physical exams, palpation, auscultation, and the rest of them all. You can arrive at 60% of your diagnosis. But I have listened very carefully to the presidential address, and a lot of the areas in the address are things we can say that have weighed our profession down today. If we say everything is okay with our profession today, then we are deceiving ourselves. Because where our health facility is not working, it's not only because of material resources. The human resources we have, the personnel in the hospitals and clinics today are not practicing their various professions as should be. The doctor is the team leader, is the captain, because anybody coming into a hospital, if you ask him or her, who are you going to see? He will tell you, I'm going to see the doctor. If the doctor is not in that clinic or is not in that hospital, the person would like to go back. He might as well, he or she might as well go to a patent medicine store and take whatever they give him or her to take. The concoction they will mix there as polypharmacy and give. So the doctor is the head of the health team, no doubt about that. And for those who strive to start quarreling or disputing it, they make a mistake. And for those who try to assert and say, I am the head of the medical team, every other person is inferior, you are going too far. Because as the Igbos who say it, Adaba Ezioku touch. The truth, you don't go too far to see it. So, we have a very big problem in our hands. And that problem is that our health system is in turmoil today. That is the truth of the matter. I always like to ask my colleagues, how did we find ourselves to where we are today? How come the nurses are now saying we're not their leaders in the medical team? How come the radiographers are saying we're not their leaders in the medical team? How come the laboratory technologists is saying the same thing? For me, we have to do some soul searching. It's not enough to say these people are jealous. It's jealousy. No. Certain things have not been done the way they should be done. We all went to the medical school. We all did husbandship and came out to the doctors to be certified to practice medicine. I remember with nostalgia my days in the medical school. As we walk into the various wards, the staff nurses, without anybody beckoning them, they follow us as medical students to know even what we will say on a patient. Not to talk about when you are a house officer or when you are a consultant and teacher, consultant lecturer. The matrons, the nursing sisters will be behaving as if they have seen a demigod or a semi-god. Yes, we are demigods in the right sense of the word when it comes to our sojourn here on earth. Because after God, in terms of preservation of life, is us next, is the doctor. That's why the Igbos also say, Chukwu Kadibia. Because after God, the next person is the Dibia. The Dibia is the doctor, medical doctor or native doctor. So how come we've come to this sorry pass? Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I believe that what has happened in the profession is that we have not kept to the tenets of the oath we gave to ourselves, the Hippocratic oath. I can go through some stanzas in this oath and we'll do some soul searching and know how many of us have kept to this. I want to talk because the foreigners in our midst are gone, so to say. That's the vice president who is a lawyer. The lawyers are always competing with us on who is higher. They say they are the learned ones. They are learned, but we're the educated ones. That's what I keep on telling them. But if you go to Hippocratic Oath, second stanza, it says, I will consecrate my life to the service of humanity. Third stanza, I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. How many of us are doing that today? I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and the noble tradition of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life from its beginning, even under threat, and I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity. I will end here. These are our oaths. And we finally said, I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. A lot of things have happened. A lot of water has passed under the bridge. These oaths have not been kept by most of us. And for me, oath is oath. Whether it's an affidavit, whether it's an oath you've taken for an office, or whether it's an oath you've taken for a profession. So, Mr. President, you wouldn't have been more correct than the observations you made about non-respect for elders, about incessant strikes, which have brought down the image of the medical doctor in the eye of the public and even other health professionals, to the extent that they emulated the doctors and formed variegated associations, JOHESU, allied health professionals, allied medical records profession, and all sorts of things. So I think as we inaugurate this particular executive, we have to do some soul searching and try to see if we can restore the dignity of our profession. Respect is reciprocal. And respect begets respect. We have to respect other health workers. We don't have to shout it from rooftop that we are the leaders. God has bestowed leadership on us by our training. So, when we strike, some people say they are doing warning strike with human lives. I was arresting Ferguson strike in the last 2, 3, 4 days. If Ferguson goes on strike and there is no fuel, people can decide to come here by bicycle, or you trek and come. But in 2 seconds, a human life is gone because the doctor is not there. We can't replace it. So my brothers and sisters, I think we have to do some engineering, professional re-engineering. We rejig, we reboot, as they will say it. We need to do so. Some of us have found ourselves in positions of governance, and there's no way we will be in position of governance and we'll stay there and see our association or members of our association maltreated or mistreated, and we'll allow it. So the health minister, Professor Isaac, has said it all. We need to go back to the drawing board. The government is ready and has planned to give massive infusion of material resources, bonus dose, so that we can make healthcare attractive again. The medical tourism to India is even a symptomatic display of loss of faith in the medical system here. I've seen a patient who told me he's going to India for incision of an abscess. And I'm like, there's no faith anymore in our system, our health system. And this is not good for all of us. Finally, Mr. President of Association and his team, I want to reassure you, just like I did when you came to my office on a courtesy visit, that some of us will support the association because it's our own. We don't want our association to die in our hands or while we are still here. We will continue to support you. I had a whisper that we can also raise funds tonight. Yes, I'm not a money man, but I know we can support this association, at least a new executive with an empty purse. I don't know what Obembe left, Professor Obembe, but whatever it is, I know it can never be enough. So I will support the association and the executive with the sum of 1 million naira personal donation. Thank you very much.